What an effing game. NCAA championship. Villanova wins on Kris Jenkins' buzzer beater. The first buzzer beater in a national championship game since NC State's tip-in dunk. Jim Valvano running across the floor looking for someone to hug. Jay Wright was not necessarily looking for someone to hug, but we'll get to that in just a second. It wasn't even just an amazing buzzer beater. It was an unbelievable finish.
Yeah.
The Nova Pavilion, which is where Villanova plays basketball, had a solid reaction to Kris Jenkins hitting this buzzer beater. Charles Barkley had a solid reaction to Villanova hitting the buzzer beater. And Jay Wright had a very different reaction to Villanova hitting the buzzer beater.
The buzzer. Look at Jay Wright. Calm, cool, collected.
Marcus Paige, someone who I have ripped on this platform before, not really dug into too much, but mostly for reasons into which we've waited and we've waited and we've waited to see Marcus Paige really put the team on his back, and he never really answered that call. Well, he chose a fantastic time in his last year at North Carolina, his last game as a UNC Tar Heel. He put up, I think, in college basketball history, arguably, the most off-balance, unbelievable shot I've seen. It was more impressive than Kris Jenkins' three-pointer to win the game, only because Kris Jenkins had an open look to win that game. Of course, all the pressure coming down, everybody dreams of that shot, especially in the NCAA championship game. This is Paige's.
Yeah,
and I know, I got to give credit to this man. Ben Mankins was saying he's a big reason why UNC could have made the championship. You see it from this angle. I mean, first of all, kid's got ups.
Yeah,
he's climbing the ladder. How isn't this a huge meme, walking up steps? I think I have a second one as well, just from a different angle. It's unbelievable, and it would have been. It's going to go down in history as the almost great NCAA shot, almost great all sports, all-time game tires. I mean, I know Rolling Stone magazine released a few of them today. They mentioned like John Elway led Stanford down the field, I believe, before the Cal-Stanford game. The band is on the field. The band is on the field. He led the team down the field and converted a 4th and 13 to get them into field goal range. They hit the field goal, and Cal comes back, and they win the game. Yeah. No one remembers that. But, I mean, Marcus Paige probably going to go down in history as one of the guys who won't be remembered for that shot because of what Kris Jenkins did. They went on a 33-16 run against UNC, which was easily the toughest competition they've seen in the tournament. Truthfully, Jay Wright was the better coach. He outcoached Roy Williams. He outcoached everybody in the tournament, every great team that he faced. Lon Kruger went down. Roy Williams went down. Bill Self went down. They beat every great team the tournament really had to offer. All credit to Jay Wright for his remarkable, remarkable victory.
The only criticism I have is all the different commentary. I hate the commentators that try to be so artsy with their words. Just fucking go, bang! Bang! Like the guy did with Steph Curry.
Right.
And he throws it up, bang! That's all you need to do. Or scream or shout. Like, there's commentary in those moments make them even better. When I watched some of the, there was this one website, I think it was Deadspin, had all the different commentary.
Right.
I watched it in Spanish. If you think goal in Spanish is good on World Football, watch this buzzer beater in Spanish because it was unbelievable.
Más forzado no podía estar. Bueno, última posesión para ganar un título. Arcidiacono, sigue Arcidiacono, se le va a jugar Jenkins. ¡Sí! ¡Ha ganado Villanova! ¡Ha ganado Villanova!
¿Pero qué me estáis contando? ¿Pero qué me estáis contando? ¿Pero qué es esto? ¿Pero qué es esto?
The Villanova fans had a lot of fun on campus. First of all, classes are canceled for them today, which is awesome.
That's great.
National championships means national holidays for your school. And here's one of the pictures. I think this is number 4, Jacory, of the Nova fans just going absolutely apeshit. Party like it's 1985, which is their last championship win. So, of course, you got to climb it. I think there's somebody who was flipping cars. You know,
of
it's
course.
good. So Kris Jenkins with Villanova students post-game, an unbelievable feeling. Obviously, like we said, I mean, every sports fan dreams of hitting the game-winning three, of scoring the game-winning goal, throwing the game-winning touchdown, catching the game-winning. It doesn't even matter, but on the college level, you know, I was talking about it with a couple friends when I was watching the game at the bar last night. I do believe this. I think it is more exciting, more fun to win a college basketball national championship than it would ever be to win an NBA Finals.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that in terms of, that's one of the reasons why I'm drawn to college basketball. I'm drawn to basketball as a whole now, but college basketball was the first kind of sign that I was going to fall in love with basketball, because I understand the passion playing in college sports. Like, there's a togetherness that's there more so, I think, than professional sports. Because professional sports, you're always thinking about your next step in your career. And some people are thinking about that in basketball. But you're so together with that team because you spend every day, you don't go home. You don't, well, some people do, but you don't go, most people don't go home and then meet their families or whatever. They're on campus together. It's that brotherhood, and it's just that it is irreplaceable. And those memories are something that I will never take for granted in college sports, and that's not at the level at which this guy's just made his game-winning shot at. So
Onions.
Marcus
Paige. Straight onions.
Oh,
Next, number 7. The One Shining Moment song they play at the end. I'm sure you've heard the commercials of Charles Barkley singing it. Just show that play over and over and over again for the entire One Shining Moment. I agree with you, Jay Morrison. I would never do this without a couple Jordan crying memes. Straight out of the tournament was a nice ad to the bottom left.
I never just noticed that one.
Actual Jordan. Which one's actual? Go back to that, Francis. Which one is actual Michael Jordan with no meme on him?
Standing right, but I see him. I see him right there with his hands crossed.
Right.
Was he there?
Yeah.
Of course, that's the best.
That's what I said, like, having Michael Jordan at the UNC versus Villanova championship game, in which if UNC loses, you get the unbelievable opportunity to use the Michael Jordan crying meme on Michael Jordan himself. Roy Williams, head coach for the UNC Tar Heels, one of the best coaches in college basketball.
Great blazer wearer.
Great blazer wearer. So is Jay Wright, by the way.
Yeah,
with
they've
the
got great
pinstripes.
suit game.
Really, it's impressive. He had interesting words right after the game. Obviously a tough loss, and here's him with the post-game interview.
You know, we had some around the rim. We had some free throws we missed. We had some defensive breakdowns. And the biggest thing is you got to congratulate Villanova. I mean, Jay had his team playing very, very well. They shoot 58% in the second half. We shoot 34%. And one of the tough things is what do you say to your kids? You know, there's nothing you can say. And I'm stupid enough, and we're down 10, and I promised them that if they do what I said, we'd be there at the end and have a chance to win. And I didn't come through.
Tough loss for Roy Williams. Although what I'm very confused about, I was live tweeting this game. What exactly was North Carolina doing on defense on that last play? When I looked at the end of that game and I rewatched, obviously everyone's eyes are on the ball handler, everyone's eyes are eventually on Kris Jenkins taking that three. And although it was a fantastic play drawn up by Jay Wright, or the practice play that they've used over and over and over again, Bryce Johnson, Meeks, and the rest of the UNC Tar Heels were nowhere near, and I mean nowhere. They tried to trap Arcidiacono. They almost did before they got that pass off, and then he had, I'm not talking about he had 7 feet of space to take that shot. So I just don't, what you tell your kids, Roy Williams, is defensive breakdowns caused us to lose that game. Could have been a great overtime. We don't know what had happened. Regardless, comment below. We got to wrap it up. At France_Maxwell, at Jason 91, at TYT Sports. What do you think of the game?